All right, let's go ahead and discuss project outcomes. A final product or end result, a consequence, an issue. The outcome section of the Fox Products Charter template is comprised of 4 straightforward categories. First, the measure description, which answers the questions, what are we after? What are we going to achieve to make better? So just to give you another sample of what that might mean, we'll go ahead and continue with the ergonomics example from earlier. We'll focus on job rotation and cross-training. Okay, so a good example of that first category would be increasing the number of team members who are cross-trained to perform at least one task other than their primary one. So right there, it's clear, it's concise, it's action-oriented, boom. So the second category would be the unit of measure, which answers the question, how are we going to measure progress? Okay, to run with that same example of job rotation and cross-training, it would look like this. Percentage of employees who are cross-trained. That's how we'll measure our progress towards the outcome. And right there, if the percentage of the employees who are cross-trained goes up, that means we're making progress. Current performance. It answers the question, how is it going right now? I.e., it describes the current state. Let's just, for instance, say that 10% of the total workforce is cross-trained. Okay, that's our jumping off point. That's where we are currently. That's the number we are going to make better. All right, and last but not least is the target/goal statement. Where do we want to be? What is the desired future state? So our response to the target goal is going to be a little more detailed than the 3 preceding categories, and we'll go ahead and skip ahead a couple slides and look at that. So you may or may not be familiar with the SMART acronym, which is an approach that's often used when setting personal goals. The acronym itself stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So these are the attributes that we're going to apply to the target goal statements of your project outcomes. S stands for specific, so your goal should be clear, specific, otherwise you won't be able to focus your efforts or truly be motivated to achieve it. So when drafting your goal, try to answer these 5 W questions. 1, why do I want to accomplish, or what do I want to accomplish? Why is the goal important? Who's involved? Where is it located? Which resources or limits are involved? Okay. On to the M, measurable. It's important to have measurable goals so that you can track your progress and stay motivated. Assessing progress helps you stay focused, it helps you meet your deadlines, feel excitement when you're getting closer to achieving the goal, all that good stuff. So a measurable goal should address questions such as how much, how many, how will I know when it's accomplished? Third, onto the A for attainable. So your goal needs to be realistic and attainable to be successful. So in other words, it should stretch your abilities, but it still should remain possible. Okay, it's not some pie in the sky ideal scenario. It's attainable. R, relevant. So this step is about ensuring that your goal matters and it also aligns with other relevant goals. So a relevant goal can answer yes to these questions. Does the goal seem worthwhile? Is it the right time to pursue the goal? Does this match our efforts/needs? So a relevant goal answers yes to all those questions. And lastly, T is for time bound. Every goal needs a target date, so you have a deadline to focus on and something to work toward. This part of the SMART goal criteria helps to prevent everyday tasks from taking priority over your longer term goals, because we don't want all those little fires to get completely in the way of the bigger picture. So a time-bound goal will usually answer these questions. When? What can I do 6 months from now? What can I do 6 weeks from now? What can I do today? So you get some timeline. This target goal checks all the boxes. Job rotation is a best practice that is essential to the prevention of repetitive motion injuries. ABC Company is committed to cross-training an additional 50% of its workforce within the next 90 days. This would bring the total percentage of cross-trained employees to 60% by September 3rd, 2020. So we have our deadline that we're trying to meet. We know what we're trying to accomplish, why we're trying to accomplish it. It's very clear.